Phew. Halloween's finally over. Good thing there's no go. So, yeah. Ghosts. I think this one's really good. And I do absolutely 100% like this Ghost. Because two reasons. One, and I think they do touch it on a bit more. I think this episode is the first one that dives into more like no, I think season 1 also had it. Like ghosts from other things. But I love as they slowly add more. They slowly add things that are really interesting. Like you have the not about you have the looking into the mysterious death of, again, terrible names. Why? Okay, I accidentally messed something up on one of them, which is annoying because let me just turn the sound off of that. But again, I do love this series. Sorry about this. I've got a couple of things to do today, and I am doing it all at once. Why? I'm insane. That's besides the point. This series I love because of that. The couple of episodes that I want to talk about, I'll talk about in the next bit. But overall, I do think it is really good. So, also the one thing I just realized, there's now ghost section, so I'm going to put, because I made it after realizing I sometimes review ghosts. So there you go. Besides the point. I don't really want to. Some of the episodes I do like are stuff like the Better podcast, which starts becoming a thing. I know he was previously in season 1, but he was a one-off, so I thought they weren't going to go into it. And the whole season's about who did it. And also, I love the idea of one of it being like, was it your sister? I was like, no, and like she's trying to defend it, and it's really interesting. The other one I liked is, which they also have, you have like stupid deaths alongside one of the actors, because I think the CBS one came after the BBC Ghosts series. I'm not 100% sure. Don't quote me on that. And Stupid Deaths was from Horrible History. And if you know the BBC one, you'll know that that all the actors from Horrible History are the actors besides like the two main, like the two living people weren't in sort of like Horrible History, but all the ghosts are in the Horrible Deaths sort of like series, which I absolutely love. I don't know why it works, but the idea of like these people, because you recognize some of them and some of their stuff, besides one of them, which is the sort of like politician, because Horrible Deaths never did like a modern day political person. I think the earliest they went to was the First and Second World War, and the only thing you got were generals. You didn't get anything recent, which would be really good about doing a horrible history in like the 80s. But I think like horrible histories were in the 90s, so it makes sense why they didn't like focus on those time periods. I forgot the second word. Horrible History 5 shows from 2009. And then it ended with an amazing final show. But yeah. Matthew Brunard, Jim Howick, Simon Farbe, Margaret Howe Douglas, Lance Richard, Ben Wilbound. And there probably is a couple others, because I know there's one more actor that is a ghost that I can't see him. I wouldn't be surprised if she was also an actor. You can see the top 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 are the same ones that are in the Ghosts series, which I think is a really fun idea. Overall, BBC Ghosts. Which I think is overall really clever as an idea. But you can kind of get it. It's sort of a... But they have it in Dumb Deaths, which I think is somewhat of a reference to, one, the original series, which had, like, people from Horrible Histories, which in turn had a thing that was reoccurring called Stupid Deaths. So I don't know that... I think that is meant to be a tip-off, alongside having, like, some of the deaths make sense. You have... Some of the deaths aren't stupid. You have a person who died of dysentery. You had a person who was assassinated. Which I love. Which I love the idea that this somewhat is something. Because in the first... Because I don't know which one came first, but it seemed like it might have been nowhere near to the end. I don't know. I really have no clue. It wasn't 2023. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they were going alongside each other. CBS. But overall, because of that, yeah, 2001, they started, and I don't know when season 3 was. Last season, which was season 5. Anyway, besides that point, you have, like, lightning, and 2 of the deaths kind of were stupid. Like, why would you give kids arrows and then stand in front of a target? I'm pretty sure that's not a good idea. But I get it. There's a lot of really good ideas, of lovely characters, and learning more, definitely, about the story with the assistants. Going through all of that, and then slowly piecing together what's going to happen, who's going to go where, is really fun. And figuring out about this sort of, like, story with... I love them talking about... This is just season 2. There's, like, one more season left, which I would like to talk about further, because, yeah, that's the episode I'm thinking of. Oh, yeah, it did introduce it. In this episode, the assistant has a car, and the car... has a ghost, and it's all about the car crash situation, and I love that idea of, like, a car haunting. Why am I a dumbass? Literally. Again, it's fun, it's creative. I liked the BBC Ghosts, but besides ghosts living in a specific house and can't move on, you don't build upon that, besides one of the ghosts, which is named Fanny, constantly repeating the death after the sound of a clock, which changes if you change the clock. Very odd. But I do think it's a very... it doesn't look into, like, oh, why is this happening? While the CBS ghosts are like, okay, why is this happening? And I like that a lot more at the current moment. So, yeah. So, yeah, I do think the series is really interesting. And overall, 100% worth to watch. I think because I'm talking about this, and I have compared this to, like, the UK one, because by the proxy of having some of the characters, you can kind of tell that some of the characters kind of are based on each other. There will be some similarities that come across with it. And I don't think it's bad. I think it's really interesting. Definitely with some of the characters. And I am excited because I have watched season 3. I am excited based on that on season 4. But that might come out tomorrow because I don't want to talk about that quite yet. So yeah. With all of that absolute insanity out of the way for some stupid reason, I hope you enjoy, like this video, and good night.